Hey everybody, it's Danelle with Danelle Stitchery. I hope everybody is doing good. If everyone can see and hear me, please give me a thumbs up and make sure you hit that thumbs up button. So today is going to be a fun day. We are going to sit here and work on a new project. I decided I was putting the pineapple quilt down for a little bit today to start working on a different quilt. So let's start off with saying hi to everybody in the chat. So we have Guess Who Nancy. Hey, how you doing? We got Beverly Akins, and she's saying hello to myself and everyone else. We have Jean Captain Stitches, and I hope Baby Stitches is there too. Then we have Linda Faust, and we have Joydy. Hey, Joydy, how you doing? Hi, Linda. I'm glad everybody's here. Then we have Dragonflies for Donna. Good morning. Awesome, awesome. Glad it. Yep, I see everybody can hear and see me good. Hey, yo, Patty G, how you doing? And we have Rebel. And I have a bunch of notifications coming up in front of my chat over here. Knock it off, guys. And then we have Andrea. How are you doing? Hope everybody is having a wonderful morning. So today we are going to work on a pattern that was requested and everything. It is from this book here, Kaffe Fassett's Quilt in Burano. And so the pattern that we are going to do is Midnight Diamonds. Oops. Hang on. Trying to cover up the ending of the previous pattern so that way there you guys don't get any sneak peeks. Because this book is available on Amazon if you like to get it. The link is in my description box. I bought it right off of Amazon, so it was only like 20 bucks, and it's got a lot of really good patterns in here. So I'm not using Kaffe Fassett fabrics for mine. I'm actually using a pack of fabrics that could be either a print or a solid. I'm using them as a print because they do have like this beautiful brushed stroke texture to them. It's like a whole rainbow of colors. We got yellow, orange, pink, various shades of pink. We have red, purples, greens. There were some blues, grays, and blacks and browns, but I took the blues out because I'm using that for my lion. And then the blacks and grays I took out because I feel like it wasn't so bright and happy. We have Deb Somerville and Kathy Klein. Hey, everybody. How are you guys doing? Let's see here. Am I missing anything? You know, essentially, dragonflies, all you're going to do is be trying sewing them on. The rows are going to be, okay, I have a black and white picture of the quilt pattern so that way that I can show you guys. So this is how it's going to be broken down essentially. And so the large diamonds are here. Then we got the half diamonds up on the top and the bottom. And then the others are like the diamonds that are split in half long ways. And those are going on the sides. And then it has a template for the little corner piece ones. So the book actually came with the templates all for you. And this is the first one. So what you would do is you would fold your fabric in half with a fold down here. Anywhere you see the little dotted line here is where you would where your 1/4 inch seam is going to be. And then since there's no dotted line down here, then that's for, so that one's for our large triangles. And then we have the cutout for the half triangles, which are the top and bottom. Hey, Mom and Pop, how are you doing? And then we have the elongated ones, which are the corners, which are like a 1/4 half, like a half diamond cut in half. And then we have this one here, which is a long half diamond. And as you can see on the pattern here, there is no 1/4 inch seam allowance in here, so you'd fold the fabric and cut it. And then we got the 1/4 inch, which turns out to be the long half diamonds. So let's get started. Jean, this is a payback for all the stuff you make me want to buy. You know how many cross stitch patterns I want to buy, and I don't even know how to cross stitch. I have one sitting in there that I haven't even that I started on, but I feel like I'm doing it wrong and I haven't touched it in over a year. So I figure eventually I'm going to pick it back up and do it again. So we're going to start off with our smaller pieces, and you're going to add a strip to a sashing to all 3 sides of the letter D. So I have my colors here picked out. I intentionally picked these beautiful pink fabrics for these fabrics. These are my 4 corners. So we are going to sash all of these sides. So I'm going to move these excellents out of the way. Quasars, we are not going to do this already. And then the sashing are just strips of fabric. I cannot give out any measurements because I am going by their measurements, so I cannot give out any measurements. But I can try and show you what it is I'm going to do. So we are going to take this and we're going to put the fabric right up against it, and we're going to sew a 1/4 inch seam. And we're going to do this on all sides. And I'm using jelly roll strips that I have cut down to the size I wanted. Move that out of the way. And since it is a Kaffe Fassett pattern, I cannot give out any measurements, nor would I want to, because I don't want to take credit for something I didn't do. But the book is available on Amazon. I would just suggest leaving about an inch or 2 space in between each piece. So that way there, let's see if I can get you guys over. It's going to get dizzy for a second. See if I can't get you a better view of the actual needle. Can you guys see that better right there? Awesome, yo, Petty G. Yeah, it was actually Lily that asked me to, asked if anybody could show her how to make this, because she had the pattern and she was very confused on how to do it on some aspects. So I decided to jump in there and volunteer myself to show how to do this. I'm just lining up my pieces on the corner, on the edges of the fabric together. So on a 1/4 inch seam. And since that was not a full jelly roll strip, then I'm trying to use up some of my scraps as well. So I'm trying to do this all from my own stash. My goal this year is to do up everything from my stash and only need to buy like my background fabrics. Which this one here, I actually have enough where I didn't need to buy anything. So, except for like the batting and the backing, which I haven't decided on yet. All right, so we are going to trim out these first 3. So the tricky part comes in whenever you get ready to iron this back. Just trim out the end there. Because what you're going to do okay, so what we're going to start off with is, hey Pat, how are you doing? Hey Teresa West. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with just finger pressing these seams open, or the over to the, actually I want to go, oh goodness gracious, can you tell my coffee has not kicked in yet fully? So I'm ironing to the dark side, or pressing right now to the dark side. So what is everybody else doing this morning? Okay, the chat is so quiet today. Talk to me, people. Or type to me. Not so much talk. Can't exactly talk to me on here. But you can definitely chat with me. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and take this over to the, actually I think I got a, yep, yay. I got my handy dandy pencil and my little ruler. So what I'll do is, if I was over at my cutting mat right now, I would just come over here and put my ruler there and trim and cut this. Since I'm not at my cutting mat right now, I'm just going to make myself a line here. And see, this is why probably make sure that you got plenty of room, because I'm actually cutting into that a little bit, but hopefully that will be okay, because if not, I'll be redoing these pieces. So now I'm just gonna trim right on my line that I drew. Hey Nancy, how are you doing? And as you guys can see, I have some moderators. We have Jean, Captain Stitches, and our treasured home Nancy. Both are my moderators. And I think I have one or two other people I nominated for moderating for me, but does not look like they're in here, which is completely fine. Nobody is required to be here, other than me, obviously. But it's greatly appreciated. And let me get my Nightbot started up, because I forgot to do that this morning. Let's see. Okay, give it probably about 20 minutes and Nightbot should be working. Or I think it's actually about 5 to 10 minutes. And normally if I wasn't live, I would just try and go through it and sew up all these all at once and then come back and go the next round, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do the short side over here. So let's see here. That is, okay, that's going to be the flat side there. So I got finger pressed. Get these pieces out of my way. And I'm pressing all the pieces towards the pretty colorful blocks. Too funny, Jean. That's a good one. Alrighty. The dark side is fun. Let's see here. Teresa West says that pastry queen farm adventures love peanut butter and pineapple. That's interesting combination. And then Teresa also says, good morning to our treasure at home. Jean says, Danelle is going to the dark side. Yes, ma'am. And Rebel is saying, this afternoon I had to finish a commission quilt. Yeah, I'm going to be working on that after my live stream. I just didn't want to do it on my live stream this morning. I didn't have the brain power for that because I still got to cut up the strips. I thought I was like a hair from being done with it for that pineapple quilt that I've been working on. Oh, Patch Straw House, that sounds amazing right now. I don't have that option. Okay, so got this all on my strips. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same thing I just did, but with my ruler and pencil. So that way there I can mark where all my cuts need to be. Make sure everything stays nice and straight for me. And you guys may see some lines here on my sewing machine that's just pencil mark from where I was marking out my quilting lines for doing that pineapple quilt. That way there I can quit trying to measure on every single one and I can just try and just follow the line. Let's see here. Denise is asking Jean how the weather is back home. Trying to go as quickly as I can on this portion because I know this is probably pretty boring to watch me do. But see this, or I get up and go over to my cutting mat. See. Oh, actually, that's not a fire in my background. That's my fish tank with the bubble wall pushing bubbles up. Sorry about that. I misunderstood. For anybody that is curious, the these little templates and everything that I use to cut out all my pieces are all available on in the book. Another thing that you could do is take the, if you got the straight line right here, you can actually just fold this back until it continues on with that straight line and then cut right there. Which is probably quicker than the whole drawing and, or measuring and drawing and everything else. But yeah. So now we have all these pieces and we just got one more side. We gotta sew on the seam, sew on these threads too. Other than this one here, we gotta do it twice. So we'll do this one first. Perfect. I want to go with a longer piece for that one. There we go. I'll do this one all in the strip all by itself. Trying to figure this out, guys. Sorry about that. I'll make sure I got a piece here where I got plenty of strip for it. So let's see here. Jean says it's 40 degrees and dreary, expecting snow and ice this evening. Yuck! Petrol House, no, that's not a fire at all in my background. Praise our. Da-da-dum. That's actually my fish tank. Here, let me angle the camera over there a little bit better so you can see. So that's actually my, excuse my mess. So that's actually my fish tank. If you look, you can see the little fishies in there swimming around. So, but excuse the mess. It's just a freshwater fish tank. So I used to have it right beside my sewing machine, and then I didn't. Because when I rearranged, I wound up putting my sewing machine right over here, which just made more sense for me at the time. The biggest key is when you're doing these, you want to make sure you leave plenty of room for when you flip over your to the pretty side. Praise our. Please stop. Sorry guys, he is being a little extra today. Praise our. Enough. If he is hurting anybody's ears, I am so sorry. Let's see. Yep, Jean, that is my aquarium. It's my freshwater tank. Yeah, Jean, you've gotten to see my mess. Oh my gosh, it was bad. I'm working through it though. The stuff that I'm working on today was over there in it. So I'm working on clearing stuff out. It's just got to take time for the creative juices to tell me what it is I'm doing with it. But I leave it out so that way there I can see it so I don't forget about it. Because if I put it away, I'll forget about it. And wind up buying something else for that project and then going, crap, I wanted that for that project. Yes, baby. You're being a noisy baby. Hi, Rebel. Thank you. Pastry, Erliana. Quasar is my bird. He is a sun conure, green cheek sun conure. That's a very spoiled little boy. Yes, you're a very spoiled little boy. Spoiled baby. I love you too. That's what he does all day long because he wants attention 24/7 like a 2-year-old. Birds and parrots are essentially a 2-year-old that never grows up. Gets into everything. And I think I did this one a little too short. If I did, Jack will be coming out to play. Y'all might be seeing Jack in a minute. Okay, so we'll start with the other pieces first. Oh, you want to see them? Okay, so let's see if he'll play nice and let me show you guys him. Oh, hang on, my camera just froze up, guys. Be just one moment, guys. My computer froze up, or my camera froze up, and I'm not for sure what took place with it. So I'm working on getting that working again. Be just one second, guys. Okay, so I'm not for sure what just took place with my camera, but now it won't come back on. Let's see. Not really for sure what just happened. I don't know how to get it to come back on. Hey, Mana. I have a camera frozen, so be just a moment. I'm trying to figure out what is going on here. Oh, this is not how I wanted this to go. Okay, I think I got it. Let's see. Yay! We got it fixed. Okay, we're good. That was scary. This happened. I glanced up and I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. Where's my camera? What happened here? Okay. I did not have to call in the IT team. Okay, so Leanna asked to see my birdies. So I'm going to use my other camera to show you my birds. I actually had 3 of them. So if you try and get motion sickness, I'm going to try to cover out the camera so that way there helps prevent that some. But Quasar is back there in his back of his thing. Excuse the messy bird cages. Today is bird cage cleaning day. So if you can see, Quasar is back there wanting to be a little stinkers. Quasar! And then over here we have Sky, which is a little budgie up there, a little blue and white budgie. You can see him barely. And then over there is Kiwi, and that's my little lovebird. And it looks like my oh, nope, my camera's good. Okay. Okie dokie. So, there you go. Sorry, a little bit on the complicated side, but we got this. And excuse the messy closet. That's my craft show stuff. So back to finger pressing. These open. Thank you, Beverly. Yeah, one of these days I'll actually get a better video of them. Yeah, I don't know what happened, Mona, but whatever it was, it fixed itself. Thank goodness gracious, because I did not want to have to. I just turned off that camera on my OBS and then restarted it, and it was fine. That was actually the first time in a long time that it's done that. So I have no idea why it was doing it. Okay, I just got one more little piece here I gotta do. And then all of them will have all three sides done up. So that way there, then we can move on to the next one. And just be careful. Don't pull on your fabrics or anything, because you are working on bias, which can scare a lot of people. But bias is nothing to be scared of. And anybody that has a channel that is watching, feel free to post a heart, and so that way there we can get your channel promoted in here. And I can hopefully remember what everybody's links are, because anybody I watch, I put it in a command into my Nightbot for their channel, so that way I can help promote the people I love watching. And anybody that's in here that has a channel that I have not watched, then I can easily get you added in later on. Hey, Glenda. Oh, let's see here. She got her package yesterday. I love the coasters and the way I added the bees. So cute. Thank you. You are so very welcome. I am glad that you love those. Yeah, I actually make those to sell. So they were just my last of the ones from last year before I start making my new batch up. And thought, what better way to destash than to give it to somebody that will enjoy them. Okay, Leanna, I do not think I have you edited in there just quite yet, honey. But I will get you edited in. Let's see here. Wait, just one second. I'm just adding in Leanna from which is Pastry Queen. Okay, it should work. So if you don't mind, well, here, let me try it real quick. Let me see if that worked. Awesome. Okay, I'll do some tweaking to it later, but hey, Marie Johns, I am busy making a quilt that was requested. This is probably going to wind up being a couple of videos, but it is the Kaffe Fassett, let's see, Kaffe Fassett quilt diamonds, I believe it is. Midnight Diamonds. And the book is available on Amazon. Quilts and Burano. I hope I said that right. If not, I am very sorry. I am essentially just eyeballing this at this point. Hey, hey, Lily, how are you doing? Glad you made it. And I am working on sashing the corner pieces right now, Lily. I have not started the other ones yet, so those will be coming. And I would probably recommend, if you make this pattern, to do your seams open, because up here in the corners, it's getting really bulky, especially for a finger pressing. So I would probably recommend maybe ironing open or using really good starch. One of the two. These are actually not even Kaffe Fassett prints. They're just fabric I got from MyFabricAddiction on Etsy, because Marie from Marie's Scrappy Creations got me hooked on them, and so I had ordered quite a bit of fabric, and I am working on getting some of that fabric cleared out now. Thank you, Mona. Yeah, that's actually a second webcam I have that I'm using, so. Yeah, like Lily, when you see these seams up here, up at the top corner where you get to the tip top point, it gets a little tricky and a lot of bulkiness right there. So it's like up here, you got a bunch of seams coming together. So what I would do is I would probably iron the seams open or use starch if you have it. I don't use starch, and I should have ironed these open, but I didn't. So it is what it is at this point. I'm just going to really have to iron these. But it is what it is at this point. I think going forward, the rest of my blocks will be all ironed open seams, because it'll be just that much easier. And I think I boo-booed on this one a little. This one might be getting cut a little extra. Yep, definitely boo-booed on that one. This one might wind up being a redo because I don't got enough seam here, enough fabric here to cover this up. I have some fabric there that's just wrong. So this one's going to be a redo. So that was the fabric pieces for, so this is for the corners, which is the letter D. So I'm going to keep the pattern piece together with it. So, because you got two one way and two the other way. So I'm going to keep all this together and clip it together so everything stays nice and organized. And I'll just have to redo that one, which I'll do off camera later. Let's see. Oh, good to know. I buy stuff at her shop too. Yeah, Mona, I think anybody that watches Marie's Scrappy Creations, I think she's gotten everybody addicted to that store. So what we are going to do now is letter C. And with letter C, what you would do is try and put this down the fabric. This here would be on the fold of the fabric because there is no seam allowance. Oops. There is no seam allowance on this end like there is on the other two. So this is the two sides that you are going to do the sashing on. So when you open it up, you have a half triangle. So the same, like if you were take an entire triangle that I got over here for template A, you would just cut it right down into half. Unless you're using the template, then you just try and fold the fabric in half. Cut it out, and bam. So I chose purple for my side pieces. I got two shades of purple in here. We have this color purple, and then we got the little bit darker purple. It's like a bluish purple, according to the screen. So we are going to sash all three sides. We're going to sash all three sides on all these pieces. So set those down there. And I got a little rolling cart right over here that I'm using for keeping all my supplies on. So you want to make sure when you start off with your stashing that you're coming down about 2 inches. So that way there it gives you plenty of room. So if you measure, if you want to try and just eyeball it, that's fine. But what I'll do is I'll try and go from, okay, here's about where my needle starts. Put the tip of the fabric there. And then this is about 1 3/4. I've measured it before. So this is about 1 3/4 right here. So what I'll do is I'll come down here and I'll start this up down here. That way there, then I'll just move it right up to underneath. Get a couple of stitches done up to get it anchored in there. And then grab my next piece. And get that set up for down here. So I got plenty of room for when I flip it over. So I don't want it to take place of what I did before. Bye, Debbie. Have a good day, hon. Lily, yes, I did use the templates in the book to cut my pieces from. And that actually seemed to worked out much better. So for these pieces here, I am going to press the seams open to create less bulk in the corners because that would be a lot of bulk to deal with, especially whenever I get ready to machine quilt this myself. So what I'll do here is I'll try and do this. I'm just making a little line for me to cut on, or right beside of something like that. So that way there, I can keep my piece nice and straight. Let's see. See, Maria bought a kit from her. It was economically priced well and turned out beautifully. Yes, I've used a lot of the fabrics from her already, and I love the quality of it. She offers really good quality fabrics. Okay, not a problem, Jean. Okay, so that one's too big to be tossing out, so I'll toss it to the side for now, and I'll use it on something else. Talk about the sashing I just trimmed off and everything. It's too big to be tossed out, so still got about another 6 or so inches left on it, which I could use for something else, like making tabs on like little pouches or whatnot. I'm just going to get a couple of each of the pieces done up so that way I can go ahead and give you guys a little show of how I'm going to put these together. And then next week we'll continue working on this. Either that or maybe next week we'll go back over to the lion because I try and got all your guys' guesses. And I have already sent them to my husband and my son. I am going to have them pick out their 3 favorites of your guesses. And then later on today or tomorrow, I'm going to get the poll posted. So that way there, then you guys can choose which of those 3 that are, but will be the winner for the naming of my Detroit Lion Style Legit Kit. So we will see who gets to be the winner, and whoever, and I have it written down of who gave me each guess, so that way there I can be able to send a little gift to the person that won the guess, or won the whose thing gets picked, whatnot. I'll get it out in a minute. Let's see. We're not going to use these really short pieces because those just get be too much of a hassle trying to figure out. Got some longer ones here. There we go. Alrighty, let's see. See, what did Mona say? Let's see here. Keep trying to use my mouse for my laptop. Hey, Katie, how are you doing? See. Yeah, Andrea, I could not find it for an individual download. The only way I could find it was through Amazon for buying the book. The book was $20. And it comes with a lot of really good patterns if you decide to go that route. My opinion, it is worth the $20. But everybody's finances is different than what mine is. So you got to go with whatever you can do. Normally, I don't try to do a pattern on here that you got to pay for. I prefer to try to do the ones I get to create myself, or as an easy download for somebody or something of that sort. However, it is what it is, because somebody had requested this pattern to be shown, and I have no problem doing that. I actually love getting requests. Yeah, I think I might have messed up on this one. We'll see. Hopefully I can patch it up with the next seam. Let's see here. See here, who said they gotta leave? Gotta leave for the day. We'll catch the rest in replay. Have a great day. Thank you, you too, Sabi. Or so with Debbie. Oh my gosh, I don't know where I even came up with that from. Hey, Jordy. No problem at all. Hope you got some good, happy mail. Let's see here. Jean says she'll return in a minute. No worries. I think I'd already seen that. Yes, everybody, please hit that like button, that thumbs up. Every person that hits that thumbs up, it helps me out tremendously. Oh, okay, no problem, Katie. Glad you've been here. I hope you're enjoying. And email me. I would love to do a collab with you, darling. And anybody else that would like to come onto my channel, please send me an email, as I would love to have you on. I do know that Leanna is going to be coming on very soon, for the next like few weeks. I think it is. I think it's like 3 weeks or something like that, isn't it, Leanna? I can't remember the date off the top of my head right this second, but I know it's in February that she is going to be coming on, and we are going to be doing. She actually is challenging me because she sent me a piece from, or a panel, and she has an identical panel, and we are going to create something using only our stash during the live stream where she is on my channel with me. Yes, me too, Leanna. I cannot wait. I've already been trying to think of ideas of what I want to do with that panel, and I'm super excited for it. See, who knows what time Eastern Mom and Pop goes live? I think Mom and Pop goes live at, it's either 12 or 1 Eastern time, Katie. Can't remember if it was 12 or 1. I want to say 1, but I think they're going today at from 12 to 6 Eastern time. I could be wrong, but I think that's what it is. Let's see here. Yeah, Mona, it is normally 1 o'clock, but I think since they're doing a 12-hour stream today, I think it's from 12 to 6. I believe is what they said during Sean's live this morning. Let's see. I personally could do it without a pattern. I have a ruler set of triangles. Yeah, you could definitely do it without a pattern. I mean, it doesn't have to be the same sizes, as long as you know how to cut out like the diamonds and all, and get the relative idea. So you definitely can do this without the pattern. I just wanted, but since someone had asked how to do this pattern, I wanted to make sure I bought the pattern so that way there I could give the most accurate amount of information. Okay, cool. Thank you, Marie. Yeah, don't they are on today, Katie? Just popped in to say hello. Have a good day. I'll have a busy one. Yeah, Marie, I'm definitely having a busy day today too because I got a couple of Zooms to be in today. So here are these pieces. We got the dark purple and the light purple. I just got to add the sashing to the bottom line here. So I'm going to take care of that real quick. Hi, Melissa. How are you doing? Hope you are having a good day, but not too much nasty weather. Hey, yo, Patty G. I think I said hello to you earlier, but could have been in Sean's. I don't know. I can't remember. Hey, I need to go. I need to get a few things done before my daughter gets home. Okay, no problem, Mona. Have a good one. See, I asked earlier and I didn't see your answer. Do you use a roller foot when sewing bags? I'm not really for sure if she does or not. If you guys notice, I just veered right off of the fabric on that. So other than sewing and quilting, what else does everyone else love to do? Like for me, I love playing computer games with my husband and son in the evenings. It's a great de-stressor and family time thing that we love doing. It'd be either on the PC or on the computer or on our Oculus that we have, which is a virtual thing that you put on your head. For anyone that may not know what an Oculus is, or it would be on our Nintendo Switches that we have as well. Let's see here. All right, awesome sauce, Melissa. Where are you heading home from? And if it's from a quilting store, did you buy anything good? I mean, obviously you would. Let's see, love your favorite choices. Thank you, Andrea. I bought that same bundle from my favorite. Yes, I actually bought 2 of those bundles. Ow. So coughing when your ribs are bruised hurts really bad. Yes, I love doing gardening in my flower beds during the summertime. Especially since I'm a beekeeper, I gotta make sure my bees have plenty of food. So my husband and son does vegetable gardens and I do flower gardens. All in the backyard and my front yard. Flower gardens go in the front yard as well as the backyard. And I hope you guys did not just hear my husband saying a wordy word right outside of my sewing room. Because it came through in here pretty loudly, so bad hubby. Sounds like they're in there talking about some type of deals of buying. I don't, Patty, I do not know what the world I done. When I fell outside 2 weeks ago, it feels like I feel like if I had bruised my rib cage. However, it feels like it's getting worse instead of better. And it's been 2 weeks. I know ribs can take a long time to heal, but it's getting to the point where it hurts more and more every day. My tailbone is almost completely healed, so it's like I can sit, like right now I'm sitting without any donut underneath my bottoms. underneath my bum. However, I feel like if my ribs are not getting any better. And if I did bruise them or break them, there's not really anything that the doctors can do for that. So it's just deal with it. But anytime I have to do a cough or a sneeze or anything like that, or move, lift up anything with my arms, then it hurts. And right now I am just finger pressing the seams open on this piece so I can get it trimmed to the correct size. And then we're going to do a couple of the B blocks and then a couple of the A blocks so that way there I can start getting some of this piece together for you guys to see how I piece it or how I put the blocks together. Let's see here. Andrea said she also loves the fabric addiction and the quality of the fabric's been there, which is awesome, which I think I'd already discussed. I like to knit. Sewing Sensations with Shady Susan says she likes to knit. She has a cardigan. I like to knit. I have a cardigan for me on the needles and a pair of socks for the hubby on the needles. Oh, wow. That's awesome. Sewing Sensations with Shady Susan. Do you follow the guy who sews Sean's wife, Amanda? If you don't, you should try checking her out. I actually follow her, and she is amazing. She also does knitting and crocheting, and she makes her own socks. She makes a pair of socks for each one of their boys or each one of their foster kids that they are not foster kids. It's the kids that come to stay with them for a school year or whatnot from other countries. I cannot remember the name of it right offhand right now. Oh my gosh, my brain is dead. So, anywho, I think it's like Dog Mom Knits or something like that. I can't remember her channel offhand right now. Let's see here. Awesome. Glad you are now in your sewing room. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Yes. Okay. Glad you confirmed it was that I had it right. Or relatively right. Okay. So now the B ones are just a half diamond from the top half and bottom half. See, I did go to the doctor, Andrea, and she said that she could do a scan or whatnot of my lungs. Or not my lungs, but do x-ray and everything. My tailbone and my ribs, but she said that whether they're bruised or broken, there's not really much of anything that they could do for that. So it's just dealing with it until it heals. She said if it gets too much worse for me to come back to see her and she'll order some scans and all. But she said there's not really much that they could do. I'm not really having much trouble breathing. So yes, foreign exchange students, Rebel, thank you. Oh my gosh, I'm horrible with words today. Words are not my friend today. I'll set that down there just so that way there I can get this position properly. So starting about an inch or two down and having about an inch and a half to 2 inches in between each piece, if you're chain piecing, works really good. That's giving me plenty of room. It's a little bit of waste, but it is what it is. When you're cutting on a diagonal, then that's what it is. Yes, foreign exchange students, thank you guys. I don't know why I could not think of that word. That was embarrassing. Sorry about that. Not doing so great with my works today. As long as you can see what I'm doing and it works out good, we're good. Go to the dot. You should wrap tightly to keep from moving when you cough. Yeah, I'll probably wind up going, if this continues, then I'll probably wind up going back to see her. Maybe have her order some scans just to make sure that there's nothing wrong with my lungs. Like if I'm up walking around or if I'm just sitting here, it doesn't hurt too bad. Like a little discomfort, but that's about it. But when I'm laying down, it hurts bad. Mainly because I've always laid on my side to sleep, so which means that I'm laying on my ribs that hurt. Let's see here. I'm just loving the fabric you have decided to use. Thank you, Dragonflies. Yes, I fell in love with this fabric. I bought 2 packages, and I'm pretty much using the 2 packages on this. With the exception of the blues, blacks, grays. I removed those because that's all being used for my lion. Because the blues are in the main of, would be in part of the main of the fabric, or of the lion's mane. And then the blacks and grays will be for the rock of the lion. And this side. And we're doing all 3 sides of these half diamonds. Let's see if I can't do it this way. Yep, that worked. I would suggest trying taking this to the cutting mat and trimming, but I'm doing it the fast route today, so. Figure as long as I leave plenty on there, we're good. Actually, I did not state the line of fabric. I honestly don't know. Let's see. I think I had a package down here that it came in. Yeah, there's no name on that. I will see if I can't locate that name. Who was that was asking? Okay, Dragonflies, I will see if I can't locate that name of the fabric and post it in the description box. Let me write that down so I don't forget. A little notebook over here. So I've learned that if I tell you I'm going to do something and then I don't write it down, I forget what it is. And then I got to go back and watch my entire live stream to find out exactly what it was. So, fabric line from MyFabricAddiction. Yeah, I was looking the other day. I don't know if she still has it or not on there, but they are beautiful fabrics, and I love the quality of it. It's beautiful quality. I mean, as you can see, very little fraying, and they're just gorgeous. There's a lot of fraying with my cream fabric, but that's because that's a jelly roll I've had for like 2 years. And it's just been flopped in a drawer, not sealed in any packaging or anything, so my fault. Alrighty, so time to get the nut side done up. Just when you do this, make sure you give yourself plenty of room for when you try and do the sew and flip, so that way there you've got plenty of room to have on there, so you don't wind up losing anything. And this is definitely working a lot better with the creasing the seams open, a lot less bulk. And it is a little time consuming, but everything in life that is worthwhile is time consuming. Let's see. See here. Thunder and lightning and raining here. Yeah, that's how, well, not thunder and lightning, but we had rain the past couple of days. We went from having all that snow and ice that about killed me outside to now having just a mud pit, a grassy mud pit. I'm like, okay. Mother Nature is having a menopausal moment again. It's okay. She doesn't know what she wants to do. All she knows is she just wants to keep us in complete, constant limbo. I decided that this year, Mother Nature is on menopause. Let's see, we are on day 4 with a phone, and it's beginning to make me come undone. What is a phone? Foehn. What is that, Katie? I'm a bit confused. Never heard that word before. Let's see here. The fabric line is Kaleidoscope. Thank you, Yo Patty G. That is awesome of you. Thank you, my darling. And then as you see, okay, you didn't see. Okay, so I just drew the line here that keeps me nice and straight. And when I come up here, since I did about 2 inches separation in between the two, then there's still a decent amount of space there, but still leaves me at the very tip about 1 inch in between. And that's what me doing about 1 3/4 to 2 inch gap in between each piece, which leaves me nice and clean for no possibility of having to unrip any seams like I have to on this other one that I did at the beginning of my stream. But that's okay. We all learn. We're here to learn. If I mess up now on camera, then you know not to do it later when you make it. That's the way I look at this. Let me make the mistakes for you so you do not have to do that. Learn from my mistakes. Oh, okay, I guess I already cut all 3 or 2 sides of that one. Okay, let's see here. see. Katie says Glenda says her nerds would be shut. Katie says that her nerds are working on it. Hi, Aisha. How are you doing? And if you type in, I believe it is exclamation point Aisha, as well as exclamation point Katie, I believe. Let me look. Yes, exclamation point Aisha gives you Aisha's channel. And then exclamation point Greenland gives you Katie's channel. Yeah, I couldn't decide until like last night what it was I was going to do for the sashing on here. And I decided last night, I'm like, I got all that cream sashing from where I did like 2 or 3 other projects. I bought multiple rolls of it. I'm like, I got all that cream sashing. I'm like, and it's just sitting there in my drawer wasting away. Might as well use that. Let's see here. Katie says that would be a huge no. Aisha says hi to me. And Jean's welcoming Aisha. And then Jean posted their links. Thank you so much, dearie. I don't know why it didn't pop up. Looks like Nightbot is being a little mini butt again. Let's see here. I think it may be sleeping again, Jean. I remember we had issues with this last time. Yeah, that or I misspelled it. Let's see. Aysha. See if that works. Okay, so Nightbot must have been sleeping, Jane. If you want, try typing in Greenland. Exclamation point Greenland. I think I just woke it up, so. Ooh, I swear everybody's like electronics on for YouTube streaming lately has been on the fritz. I'm just glad I didn't have trouble getting into my live stream this morning. I know a bunch of people had issues with it yesterday. Yay, it worked. Yeah, it must have just been taking a nap. Sounds like my husband and son might be in there playing that dinosaur game that I was playing during Becca's and Donna's live last night. Awesome sus. Glad it's working again. Hate when technology does not keep up and do its job. Now, if anybody likes to play video games and you would like a good one to play with a family that the boys love playing, and I love playing too, you can actually create baby dinosaurs by mating a mommy and daddy. And then I sit there in the house and feed the babies and play midwife while the guys go out and do the hunting and in the building and gathering up resources and everything for me, which is a lot of fun. It's like pioneering, but in a dinosaur world. So it's a lot of fun. Okay, so we have a couple of the bee blocks done up. So there's those. Let's see. Get my camera back up so that way there I can make sure everything's still working properly. Yep. So we got the darkish reddish pink purple, and then we got the really pretty pink. Both of those are done. So they all see rewriting what a full-on wind is. They often occur when there are no clouds over Greenland. The air closest to Greenland's ice caps cool off rapidly while the layer of air above it stays warm, so the temperature actually increases with height. Near the coast, air in the valleys is warmed by the sea. Gravity pulls the cooler air down into the valleys, which sets up a strong wind blowing from the west-northwest. The local name for the wind is Petarak. I know I probably said that wrong, and I'm very sorry, Katie, if I did. And the wind is like a hurricane, only it lasts for days. Oh, wow. No, thank you. Okay, so we have blocks for B, C, and D done up. So now we're going to do up a couple of blocks for A, which big, huge diamonds. Girl's best friend, diamonds. So I picked a yellow and orange because that's the first two I had in my set. And so we are going to do sashing on these. Oh, Bederac. Is that better? Sorry, pronunciations were never my good strong suit. Always had like a speech impediment when I was younger, so certain letters and sounds were always difficult for me. Which explain where my youngest one got the speech impediment from. All right, and since I did that one side, I'm gonna go ahead and do the sashing on this other side. So I got it over here. Now I'm gonna go to the opposite side and do sashing there, so that way there I can get sashing on two sides done up at once for this. The E sound is a long sound. Okay, so Bidiric. Okay. Oh wow. Oh, I believe it, Katie. Now, if it was my Yorkie, he'd probably want to be out there standing the entire time. Because little Loki Bear, he loves standing out in the wind with the wind blowing through his hair. It's so funny. Every spring, whenever it's super nice and windy outside, he wants to go outside and he'll just stand there in the front yard and just stand there with his face straight to the wind, with the wind blowing through his hair. And it's so funny. I cannot believe that we are almost at the 2 hour mark. I didn't think I was going to get this far today. pretty impressed with myself. So I am going to get these trimmed up, get the sides done up onto the other two sides, and then I will show you how I will be piecing my pieces together. I'm essentially just going to follow the diagram that is in the book on how to piece for like the layout and everything, but I'm going to show you how I'm going to sew them together because of the fact that you are sewing these on point. And then this week here, I'll work on getting the rest of these all sewn up or all stashed. And then next week, we will work on piecing it all together. So that way there, we can try and do one entire quilt together. So I think once we get the once I get all the pieces stashed, then it'll go pretty quickly. But I wanted to make sure that I try and show this of every step of this and everything for all the blocks. Aww, poor Nora. Now, Nora, that's the bigger one, right, Katie? I cannot wait to see this start coming together. This is going to be so pretty, so bright and beautiful. I'm all excited. I'm so happy that Lily suggested this pattern because that way there it allows me to work on something that was not already within my schedule. And that's fine because I like changing things up. I like a challenge of going, okay, I figure out how to go about doing this and teaching you guys how to do this without giving out any pattern information. Hi, the big bird. So here is this with like the diamond with sashing on two sides. Now I'm just gonna do the sashing on the other two. As soon as I get this one here trimmed up. Okay. I'm so sorry I got the puppy doggies confused, Katie. How's Coda doing anyway? Any better? I know a week or so ago, Coda was having a really hard time. Fraser, stop it. Nobody's paying attention to you. Quit being a jealous birdie. Everything is not about you, Big Bird. Now, what is some ideas that you guys would like to see on my channel? I know one person has asked before for the snail block, and I am still working on that. I have not gotten that into the schedule yet, but it's in the schedule, but it's within the next couple weeks. Quasar, stop. Big Bird, be a good boy. Are you ringing your bell? He gets a little fussy whenever he's not being the center of attention. Sorry, guys. Yeah, as far as the size for the sashing, I didn't exactly do the size that they listed in the pattern, but I wasn't too far away from it. I just tweaked it a little bit for my own self. to be what would work for me. I know Jean's got to get going here in a few minutes because she's got her little thing going on for her Facebook group. Okay, so that's going to have to be on a different piece. Well, looks like Mom and Pop is going live in 30 minutes. I thought they were doing it early today. So yes, they are going live at noon my time, Eastern time. Let's see. Katie says he's better and his attitude seems better too, but I'm still concerned. I am feeding him, but not a lot currently. As to medicine for no, Donna. And then Dragonflies for Donna says, wasn't sure if you could even find that medicine there, Katie. And if you guys just all of a sudden heard any loud buzzing sound, that is the generator or the air compressor that my husband and son has in the basement right now. Not for sure what they're doing, but sure whatever it is, it's important. At least to them. Which is fine. Oh, Katie, I was just saying that I'm glad that Coda is doing better. And I'm not for sure what else it was. I was just repeating what it was in the chat that was said, so. Let's see here. Do. Okay. Oh, no, you're good, Katie. No worries at all, dear. Aw, poor Nora. See, Dragonfly says perhaps you can get a hold of the hip dysplasia meds when you come to US. Not sure about taking it to another country. Nora is sleeping back on him, so that must be a good sign. While he was sick, she wouldn't sleep on him. Andrea, my shirt says Tennessee, Tennessee, Tennessee. I grew up in Tennessee, and my brothers still live down there. So to me, it's still home. You know, I live in Michigan now, but to me, Tennessee will always be my home because that's where I grew up. And my sister-in-law, she made uh, t-shirts. And so she tried and made this for me. Whew. Okay, I got dust on that side of my machine. Sorry about that. Let's see. Yes, I'll be taking care of that Donna along with getting some CBD oil for him. CBD is so super amazing. I've actually been using it to sleep at night because of my rib pain. Helps make it so I can sleep without being in too much discomfort. And it's great for anxiety too, which I have a bad case of. Hey, trimming up these last couple of blocks. Hey, what pen? That's where I put it in there all the time. Cool, cool. Yes, definitely. Just gotta be careful of how much you give him. Because granted, you can't exactly OD on CBD or any of the other components. However, can really give you a bad trip. And I know you don't get the high component of CBD and CBD, so. And what I'm doing is I'm just marking where my straight line would be. So that way there I can keep my blocks nice and straight until I get them over to the iron to get them pressed. Which I'll be doing after my life ends. See, my daughter makes t-shirts as well. I'm always looking for ideas for her. Yeah, Andrea, there's a lot of really good ideas out there. My sister-in-law actually gets a lot of the designs off of like Pinterest or Etsy, or she'll buy like the designs so that way there she can make her shirts. A lot of the stuff she also does is like the bleaching where she sets it out in the sun and bleaches it. Yes, I do. It is this right here. And essentially it is diamonds on point. And the quilt design is called, is in the description of where you can get the book from. Because you can get the book right off of Amazon. But essentially it's just diamonds on point. And it comes with the templates in the book. And it explains like you can use like because it is a Kaffe Fassett pattern. So I can't give out any details. But that's how the layout will be. Oh, that's awesome, Andrea. I like the fact that she makes her own food. That's awesome. I buy store-bought food for my dogs, but at the same time, I also had to, like my Yorkie, Loki Bear, he does a lot of, he's got food allergies, he's got no teeth. So I had to have him on certain foods and made extremely mushy and watered down. So that way there he can eat. But boy, does he eat that up. And it's highly recommended by the vet of what I give him. So, all right. So we now have these two blocks done up. So we have this one and we have this one. So in the quilt blocks, they would go like this. You would sew the two seams together. And then we also got these here, because like whenever they're like, you got the top and then the half square triangle would go down into this area. And you would sew these pieces so they'll be sewn up in a row. So this would be like these here are going to be like the top of the row. So they would go like this. And then you have these here that would go. I'm going to use myself as a design board because I don't have one over here. So it would go like this. And then you got these other smaller ones that we done up. Yeah, this is the one I got to redo. Quasar. And then we got these smaller ones here that would go up in the corners to help keep everything squared off. So I am going to work on getting the rest of these all sashed up and everything before next week. And that way there we can be able to start piecing these all together. I don't want to show that how to do that today because today is just about getting the sashing on there, showing you how I get everything lined up properly and nice and keeping everything nice and straight. Make sure if you make this pattern, you do not pull on the fabrics. They are on the bias because of the fact that they are diamond shapes. So I really don't know any way of cutting them out without them being on the bias. So you will be working with the bias a lot. So just make sure you don't pull on them. Just let the machine take it in as it goes. And I hope everybody has a wonderful day. Let me see, make sure I didn't miss anything. That looks like a lot like Atomic Starburst layout. It possibly is. There's a lot of different patterns that are extremely similar or the same that have just different names depending upon the fabrics used or whatnot. So this was just what was asked. And I decided to do this because it looked like something that'd be fun and easy to show you guys how to do on here. Awesome sauce, Jean. I knew I could tempt you. See here. You will love it, Jean. It's got a lot of good patterns in there. And so many cute designs in there. So I'm probably gonna be making more out of that book. I love it. Because it's got a big star one that I want to do. That is, I can't remember the name of the Carpenter Star or something like that, but it looks so amazing in there. Oh, you are so welcome, Andrea. Yes, see it in the Zoom, Jean. I cannot wait to come hang out with you. See, my ex worked at a rendering plant that made dog food. You would be surprised what commercial dog food has in it. I believe it, Andrea. I believe it. Some things are best just not to know, in my opinion. Some things. Not all things, some things. But anyway, I am going to talk to you guys later. I hope everybody has a wonderful, beautiful Saturday and Sunday filled with lots of sewing and creating and just doing whatever makes you happy. I hope everybody has a wonderful day and make sure you smile at anybody that comes within contact of you or within eyeshot of you, because you never know when that smell might change somebody's day. Bye.